Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Hope we're all well this afternoon. A nice flight. We're back in Gatwick again, and we're off to the capital of Albania, Tirana. I've never been there before, but apparently the approach is rather stunning, so looking forward to trying this out today. We're in the Fenix aircraft as well. Live weather, live time. Sadly, GSX still refusing to work for me at Gatwick, although I have a suspicion as to why, thanks to a comment someone left me on our latest GSX video. So I'm going to have to go and see if that works and try that out. Something to do with how the folders are for your scenery are named in your community folder, so we'll perhaps investigate that during the cruise. Nice long cruise time today, so this is going to be quite a long epic stream, about 2 hours 40 minutes the cruise. It'll be nice if I can be on the ground for about 5 PM local time, so that would be good. Welcome on board, everyone. Hey Mark, Kids of Fun, and Mark Burgess, and just Mark finally able to catch the live stream. Great. Christian's here as well. Hey Christian, have you finished with work for the day as well? Goodman, hello mate, I hope you're well. You wanted to ask me about two versions of the moded versions of the A320. What's the main difference between the fly-by-wire and the Fenix? Oh, good. We've got. Watch the stream, mate. You'll see so many different things. Yeah, hopefully that will go some way to towards answering the questions for that. Barry did have the mic open. Oh well, never mind. Good job I wasn't swearing at the kids, I guess. We need to go ahead and get on board. The operational flight plan is pinned in the chat if you're watching live on YouTube. Welcome to our Twitch viewers as well. Always great to have them for company too. Let's jump on board, shall we? Oh, Christian, is that you in the Lufthansa? Oh, nice. A little bit of manual thrust landing going into Tirana. Looking forward to that then. Look at the beautiful weather. Should be interesting today. Okay, let's hop on board and start setting everything up. Aircraft is in a turnaround state as well, so just final checks, but yeah, all as we can see, packs and everything currently off, APU is currently off, ground power is powering the aircraft, we've got the fuel pumps off till we've got that loaded up. I'll go and listen to the ATC in a moment. ATC is currently online, see how much ATC we get throughout the flight today as well. Yeah, but pretty much all is set up. Let's do the ATIS now then. Let's go ahead and get that before we go any further. So ATIS frequency is 13652. In fact, before I do that, let's get the APU running. Start getting passengers on board then, can't we? So, what did I say? 13652. I've just had a disaster because I've just finished my cup of tea. I'm going to have to go back to the galley at some point when we're in the cruise and grab another one. 136.525.
Contact. Gatwick Information Uniform. Time 1250 Zulu. Runway in use 08 right. Transition level flight level 70. Surface wind 050 degrees 15 knots. Cab OK. Temperature +22, dew point +14, QNH 1018. Acknowledge receipt of information uniform. And advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay, that's everything you need. Uniforms in use from Israel. Right, and 1018, all set. And winds coming 05015. So we might feel that on takeoff today. Be interesting. Let's have a look then at our operational flight plan, and then we can decide on our fuel load. Don't think we're going to need too much extra quickly scanning through the OFP today. Weather looks to be really nice all the way down. Simply, I don't use FS2 crew, no, just because the SOPs are slightly different. So if you're not used to using sort of real life SOPs, then it's a great program and you can obviously use that, but obviously the ones I'm using here in the sim are slightly different. So we've got payload of around 14 tons, costing index of 8, flight level 370, so nice and high, about 3 tons underloaded, and there's our departure route, 9 tons of fuel. And we crossed the Alps today as well, so there will be a little bit of the Mora to not worry about, but just be aware of. About an hour into the flight. We'll talk more about that when we get there. Let's have a look at the weather briefing. So we've got currently great visibility in Tirana, 050, scattered 160, 31 degrees, 1009. Look at this, the forecast, just variable winds, variable at 5 knots, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, no significant changes. So really, there shouldn't be any concern. And look, there might be there's a chance of some light showers of rain and towering cumulus clouds, but that's not until well, that's not for about another 12 hours. So the flight's not that long. Have a look at the weather en route. Let's see what we've got. Alright, so we've got some isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds once we're on the northern coast of Italy. Interested to see that. So yeah, extra fuel maybe just for some deviations, a little bit of traffic fuel as well. We've got the APU running too, so that's interesting. I don't think we'll be doing that. Right, well, let's throw some extra fuel on. Let's say we've got a bit of terrain as well around our airport that we're coming in. Let's go with an extra 700 kilograms, so we'll go 9.7, which is around a ton of extra fuel overall. So we'll jump to our payload page. APU, how you doing? You're up and running? Yep, we are. APU bleed, we'll give that a minute, and then we'll get the passengers on. So we'll just update that to 9.7. Make sure we do this right. A couple of streams ago I got this completely wrong and loaded a ton of fuel less. It was okay in the end though. We were fine, but even so, yeah, 9.7 tons. There we go. Lemon Wolf, we are using the scenery for Tirana as well, so looking forward to that. Vincent, you missed cold and dark starts. It's fun to watch the person. I know, Vincent. We only do those on early, like first thing in the morning streams. It's just a little bit more realistic, and essentially that's what we're trying to get out of the channel, isn't it? So there we can see our flight time, 2 hours 32 minutes. Check the IRS 3 nav green, aircraft status, air cycle, and all of that is fine. We'll just do the inner request. We'll start getting passengers on any second now. 23 degrees, that's quite nice, isn't it? And I've just stepped outside actually before we did before we started. It's really warm in the sun. There we go. That's been running for a minute. Let's get the packs back on. All's well up there. Right, time to start the boarding process. Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem. I do that in real time, of course. Paul, you've just joined the stream. Hello, mate. JSX still a disgrace. It's not a disgrace, Paul. That's perhaps going a bit too fair. It just takes quite a bit of setting up. But check out the latest video on the channel, and it will show you how the community has really jumped to take JXX and run with it, make it really good. So that's all set up. Refueling is currently underway. Passengers are boarding. Let's go through, set up the box. Flight number today is, what is it? That'd be a good start, wouldn't it? Easy 8941. Cost index today of 8. Cruise flight levels 370 with a temperature of -54. That ground temperature is 23. And the tropo is 37,831. the winds. They're done. Iris in it. Let's check this with the charts. Let's see. Kids of Fun, how long have I been doing this for? Right, the YouTube channel is coming shortly up to its 2nd birthday. I think that was in October sometime. I can't remember actually, someone would have to go and check. Or was it September? Honestly, can't remember. Where are we? We're stand 555, so... Yep. 51095 north, yep. And 010.8 west. Yep, all looks good. Flight plan. So we've just heard runway 08 right is in use, long taxi. We're going to be on the Gatwick to Zulu. Get that inserted. And then arriving, ILS approach runway 17 on the Petak 1 Mike arrival. And the veer for that is... Oh, that's interesting. Right, I would imagine it's not going to be any veer then, because it's... Where's the airfield? Petak. I expected it to be Volby, actually. Yeah, Volby is the initial approach fix. Alright, well, if that's not listed here, let's go no veer and see if it's there, once we've inserted that. Dr. Magic, good afternoon, mate. Ah, there it is, it's already built in. Lovely. So 1,000... Oh god, that's a long flight. 1,061 miles. I've got 1,064 in the operational flight plan, so that's good. Mark, I can't get it running at Gatwick either, but I do have a theory, thanks to one of the followers of the channel who dropped me a little piece of advice. I'm going to check that later, Mark, and if it works, then we'll know what to do for the future. Dan, 2-year birthday coming up. Sounds like a special stream is due. Yeah, we'll probably do something, Dan, to be honest, because that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Right, let's see. Operation flight plan's good. RadNav page. Just pop Mayfield in. Nothing else here around Gatwick. Init B. Have we got... oh, wrong one. Have we got the preliminary load sheet? We do. Right, we'll go ahead and accept that. We've got 0 fuel at 58, bang on. And 0 fuel at CFG is 31.3. Fuel for our alternate today is let's call that 1.4 tons. That's quite conservative, but that's alright. Fuel planning. We're taking 9.7 tons. Aircraft says. HD, I can't wait that long. I'd be dead. Good to see you, HD. How you doing? Giving you something to watch for the rest of the day. What did I say? Right, we're taking 9.7, so that's fine. 22 minutes extra flight time, or thinking time. Takeoff weight 67.5. Lovely, and 29. That's what we always say. Other half's going to kill us, yeah. It's amazing how the sim world and the real world is getting ever closer. So, departure performance. We've got 08 right, dry, 1, no, off. Takeoff weight is 67.5 and 29 dead. Grab that. Golf 1. I can tell I did this departure not long ago because it's just all still stuck in the short-term memory. HD, you've spent £700 on your latest setup, And that's not included any PC stuff apart from some new RAM. Oh my god, she's going to kill you. No, she's going to kill me. For getting you into this. Oh. I'm not coming down to see you again. 145, 146, 147. 145, 146, 147. Transition altitude 6,000. Thrust reduction, acceleration. I can't remember what this is. Is it? I don't know. SimSmart will give it to me, unless HD beats me to it. Yeah, just remember using SimSmart just for engine out procedures and such, but this is a Neo takeoff calculator, so perfect for the fly-by-wire, but don't need it for the Fenix. Just need these values just here, because it doesn't matter which aircraft you're flying, as long as it's an A320, then they're still the same. 1203, 1203. No, it'll be rounded up to 1200. HD, she doesn't know. Oh god. We won't tell her, will we, guys? Flex 63. Good, right. F148193, clean 1219, and no speed constraints. Is there on our departure? 250 knots. That's fine. Lovely. So that's all fine and dandy. Christian, you've not departed from Gatwick in a while. You might get lost here. Just follow me, Christian. Ask if you can follow the orange aircraft. Right, so that's all done. Let's have a look at the secondary flight plan. Copy the active. So what was this? This is straightforward, isn't it? Standard 700 feet, right turn to Willow. Fine. After Kilo Echo 04. Just pop that. Same track, 077. Probably 10 miles away. And then Willow. Enter the hold. And that is left turns 284. Come back to Gatwick. ILS 08 right, and no start but via Willow. There we go. Engine out procedure, straight out, 1700 feet, right and turn, enter the hold at Willow, decide what on earth we're going to do, and then come back. Well, if we've lost an engine, I don't think I'm going to continue to Tirana without it. But yeah, basically that's our escape plan if something goes wrong after V1. Lovely. Okay, just check out that latest METAR then we can see here at Gatwick. So, time for a brief then. Departure weather Gatwick is decent wind actually from the left as you look, as we're going to be taking off. So, wind 05015, we'll fill that on departure. But yeah, cab okay, 22 degrees, QNH 1018. Good runway conditions. Weather en route is fine for the majority. Once we get to the northern coast of Italy, we could hit some cumulonimbus clouds, as we've seen on the Sigmet chart. Weather for the arrival again looks fine. Light variable winds, etc. Only one way in. Well, no, there's not one way in. There's two ways in, but runway 17 would be preferred as it's ILS. The opposite runway is VOR only, and there's terrain around, so hopefully we'll not need to worry about doing that. But the winds are scheduled to be light for the rest of the day, so that's not a problem. Aircraft, of course, A320, fully serviceable with the exception of the weather radar. Performance should be fine. No times for our departure today. Oh, actually, did I see that there was a taxiway closed here in Gatwick? 1 second. Taxiway Romeo is closed between junctions with Romeo and Alpha. Let's have a quick look. Where on earth is that? Romeo and Alpha. Ooh, just bear with me a minute, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Someone let a child into the cockpit. Can't have that. Yeah, so let me read that again. Sorry. Taxiway Romeo is closed between junctions with Taxiway Romeo Alpha. Oh, it's only that little bit. That's fine. That's not going to affect us. Okay. No worries there then. No times to concern ourselves with on that. Threats for the departure? Not really. A little bit of traffic, of course, here in Gatwick. Decent length taxi as well, so don't have to worry about that. No terrain. MSA is 2,300 feet. We're quite happy with Gatwick, familiar with it, and I think we've got ATC on hand to help us as well, so that should all be good. Let's have a quick look at the taxi. We're stand 555, I think, today. So pushing back facing south, Quebec Alpha. We'll expect either Lima Sierra Juliet or Lima Romeo Juliet, and we're gonna tell the guys that we can go via Golf 1, save a little bit of taxi time, a little bit of fuel as well. We can do a single engine taxi as well because it's quite a lengthy one. We'll pop that on about here as we did last time. Thanks HD. The standard instrument departure is straightforward, straight out, and noise abatement 2. Initial climb is 6,000 feet. First turn is slightly to the right. Transition level is 070. Set 6,000 feet. Right, standard Airbus emergency brief, then engine out procedure should something go bang after V1. We've got it coded in. Standard engine out procedure 1,700 feet, so we'll fly straight out. Once we've secured past 1,700 feet, right hand to Willow, enter the hold, decide what we're going to do. Our takeoff weight is above maximum landing weight, not by a great deal, but just something to bring to our attention if we indeed needed to get back in. Takeoff weight is planned to be 675, max landing weight is 645, so we're about 3 tons overweight. Right, refueling is completed. Let's just go and contact ATC then. So ground's on line 121.8. Boarding time. Your girlfriend thinks this is boring. Please say hello to Cici so she can love us too. Hey Cici, it's not boring. Well, it might be if you're not interested, but we're just teaching you how to fly. 1218. Gatwick ground, good afternoon, easy 8941, stand 555, type A320, requesting IFR clearance to Tirana, and we have information uniform.
Easy 8941, Gatwick ground, clear Tirana by the Gatwick to Zulu departure, runway 08 right, squawk 6471, be advised, plan to be above flight level 345 once you enter French airspace.
Clear departure, runway 08 right, Gatwick to Zulu, and squawk 6451, and plan to be above flight level 345 before entering French airspace. Easy 8941.
Easy 8941, negative squawk 6471.
Squawk 6471, easy 8941.
Easy 8941, feedback correct.
Why is
Golf
that?
89 Pappy on this frequency. Yeah.
I've never ever heard that before. Are the French on strike again? Right, how can we do that? Well, let's think about this. Best thing to do would just be to give us our best rate of climb speed, which is, oh, the memory. Can we climb at S speed? Get us up there? Let's have a look at the flight level. Let's have a look at the flight routing. We may have to hold somewhere. Okay, we may have to hold somewhere. If that is exactly what if that is what they need us to do, I might contact them again and say, you know, we're not going to be able to do that. Is it possible to get a hold somewhere at Dover, something like that? Easy 8941. Above flight level 34 via French airspace. We're probably not going to be able to do that. Is it possible to get a hold somewhere? That's strange. What on earth happened there? Oh, I know what's happened there.
Right, squawk 6367, expect flight level 260 for cruise.
And easy 8941 regarding flight level 345 before French airspace. We're probably going to be unable. Is it possible to get a hold maybe at Dover before we continue?
Hello. No, easy 8941, stand by, Ryanair 2347, just give me the back, please.
It's clear to Dublin, Lamy 1 Zulu departure, runway 08 right, squawk 1000.
Ryanair 2347, squawk is 7367.
Oh, sorry, so could I read back again?
Yes, you read back again now.
Clear to Dublin via
Yeah, we're going to be about 10,000 feet.
Lamy 1 Zulu
Too soon,
departure,
aren't we?
runway 08 right, squawk 7367, Ryanair 2347.
Ryanair 2347, be back correct.
Tirana 775, good afternoon. Request clearance to Ibiza.
Well, this is certainly different. I'll give him that.
Italy 775, Roger, stand by for clearance.
Tirana 775, stand by.
Are they having issues?
Bird 178, request push and start.
Speedbird 178, hot stand number.
Stand 2-1, Speedbird 178.
Speedbird 178, stand 2-1, push start 2 facing west.
Push start 2 facing west, Speedbird 178.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey, stand 2-2, push and start, please.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey, stand 2-2, push start 2 facing west.
Push start 2 facing west, Nordic 7 Yankee.
Just waiting for the call back, see what they say.
EV 8941, continuous plan for now, just let departure know that you'll need deviations to climb.
Wilco, easy 8941. Any, what's the reason for that?
It's just something on the standard routing document, which requires that altitude by entry into French airspace.
Roger, we'll let departure know, easy 8941. Right, if they say so.
Groundwalker 2388, scan.
Never heard that before. Okay, so we've done our brief already. Last few passengers are getting on board. Let's see. Got the fuel. It's all balanced. That's fine. Hydraulics. Yeah. Pressure is auto. Never seen anything. Never heard anything like that either. To be completely honest with you. It adds to the excitement, doesn't it? Something a tad different to the norm. I'd love to have heard this on HD stream. I really would. There's no controlling... Oh, do you know what? I might not even mention it to departure. We'll let them sort it. Right, before start checklist to line. Cockpit preparation is completed. Signs are on. And auto, it is 3.5 green. Fuel quantity is 9670 kilograms. Balance FMGS is set. Altimeter is 1018 to 100 feet. Well, you're going to have a look at the docs to see the proper reason why. That'll be interesting. Right, are we done with the boarding? We must be about there. Oh, last 2 passengers and then we're done. We can get going. Antonio, thank you for subscribing on YouTube.
Cabin crew, please bound doors and cross-check.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Alright, well, we'll get the ground crew into position as well, but I think
May I get a mic check?
pretty much ready
10 by
to go.
10.
Wonderful.
10 by 10? I thought it only went up to 5. Sounds like someone's eating down the mic. Please don't do that if you're on VATSIM. Okay, we'll get our tug into position. Have we actually got a real tug today, or is it a virtual one? Might be a virtual one. And Gatwick ground. Oh, are we on the wrong frequency again? We are. Who's changed that? I don't recall changing that. Gatwick ground, easy 8941 is ready for push and start.
PC 8941, stand 555, push and start through facing south.
Push and start facing south, easy 8941. Keep pressures in the green, start the timer, and releasing parking brakes. Let's run the before start checklist first though, shall we? Windows and doors closed and armed, beacon light is on, phones on silent, parking brakes are on. Let's release those. Back we go. Engine mode selected 2, ignition starting engine 1.
Lufthansa 225, ready for push and start.
Lufthansa 225, stand 566, push and start through facing south.
Perfect, approved, facing south, Lufthansa 225.
There's quite a few aircraft spawned in just here. There was no one there when we first started.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey, request taxi.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey, taxi going point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
While we take you through the safety
What about Juliet 4 by Juliet? So, Nordic 7 Yankee
in
Whiskey.
your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front.
Speedbird 178.
Guide you to an exit. Please be
Roger, taxi holding point November 1 by Kilo November for now.
In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board.
Taxi hold point November 1 by
Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life
That was
jacket
a
from under your
terrible
seat.
pushback.
Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Leave that there, parking brake
If
set.
it fails to inflate,
This is why I
or
like
needs
GSX
topping
when it
up,
works. It gets you back
8941
correctly.
Gatwick ground.
there is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt.
Easy 8941 Gatwick ground.
Wish you a pleasant
Easy
flight
8941,
with
go ahead.
EasyJet.
I've had a bit of a coordinator. You won't have to tell. It'll probably be radar or London terminal control. It's fine. I've coordinated now. You don't need to tell them about the climb.
Many thanks, Easy 8941. Well, that's good news. So,
Easy 11 Echo X-ray ready for taxi 08 right.
Easy 11 Echo X-ray taxi holding point Juliet 4 by Juliet.
Taxi Juliet 4 by Juliet, Easy 11 Echo X-ray, thanks.
lovely. So, have to start checklist anti-ice. We're not running that yet. We're doing single engine taxi. Forget that. Flight control check then while we're here. Full left.
225, confirm squawk set
Full right.
7632.
Neutral. Full up. Full down.
Confirmed,
rudder.
squawk is 7632.
Full right.
Lufthansa 225.
Full left.
Roger, thanks.
Neutral. Okay, let's get our taxi clearance. An Easy 8941 is ready for taxi and we can depart via Golf 1.
Easy 8941, taxi order point Romeo 1 for now via Quebec Alpha, Lima and Romeo.
Taxi hold at Romeo 1 via Quebec Alpha Romeo for Easy 8941. Would that be the bit that's closed? Quebec Alpha, where's Romeo 1? Oh, there it is. No, it's not. It's okay. It's Quebec Alpha Romeo, not Quebec Alpha Romeo.
Seabird 178 November 1.
It's
510 the APU, 510 the APU, 5 and
Chaya 775, hello.
Habit.
I don't see you having your clearance yet. Delivery's online, or it should be.
We'll get that up and running again. Plenty of time.
Yes, his frequency is 121.950. Speedbird 178, continue taxi now, holding point Juliet 4 by Juliet.
Now continue taxi to Juliet 4 by Juliet. Speedbird 178.
Actually, Speedbird 178, continue taxi holding point Juliet 7 via November, Alpha November, and runway 26 right.
So continue to Juliet 7 by November, Alpha November to 26 right. Speedbird 178.
Cool, I'm needing a lot of power in this engine 1 to do a single engine taxi.
Alright, to request taxi.
Last station, you're blocked.
Lufthansa 225, ready for taxi, and we're able to go.
Last station calling, say again, I believe Lufthansa 225.
Lufthansa 225 is ready for taxi, and we're able to go.
Lufthansa 225, roger, taxi holding point Romeo 1 for now via Quebec Alpha, Lima and Romeo.
Taxi Q, Quebec Alpha, Lima, Romeo, what's the holding point?
Romeo 1.
Holding short to Romeo 1, Lufthansa 225.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey over to London on 134.125. Bye-bye.
134.125, Red Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey.
Just confirm 134.125.
Yeah, that was Christian's voice. He's the Lufthansa.
Ryanair 777, request taxi.
Ryanair 777, taxi holding point Quebec 1 via Kilo and Quebec for now.
Taxi holding point Quebec 1 via Kilo, Quebec. Ryanair 777. Go ground, Shanghai 512, stand 5 at day, request push to start.
Once you're rolling, it's okay. It's just getting that initial momentum.
Gatwick ground. Hello. Once the Lufthansa A320 is passed left to right, stand 559, push start clear facing south.
After the pass Lufthansa, A320, push start through Shanghai 512, stand 559.
Nordic 7 Yankee Whiskey, you still with me? Easy 11 Echo XA over to Gatwick Tirana, 124.225, bye-bye.
124, correction, 124.225, thank you very much for the service, Easy 11 Echo X-ray.
Great to have this level of service and coverage as well, in the middle of the afternoon on a Thursday.
Easy 250, taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Sierra and Juliet.
Copy. Taxi via Juliet for Sierra and Juliet.
Okay, we're going to
Speedbird 178, hold position please.
Hold position, Speedbird 178. And I can't seem to find Juliet 7 on my chart, so I think there may be a problem.
Roger, don't worry about that for now. Easy 89, correction, break, Easy 8941, taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
Holding point Juliet 4 by Juliet, Easy 8941. Let's get the other engine started. And engine mode ignition, starting engine 1.
Ryanair 2347, ready for taxi.
Ryanair 2347, hold position. Ryanair 2347, hold position.
Holding position, Ryanair 2347.
Thank you.
It's told us to go Juliet 4, I want to golf, but never
taxi
mind.
holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
Continue taxi to Juliet 4 via Juliet. Ryanair 777.
KLM 195, holding short runway 26 right on Delta.
KLM 195, enter runway 08 left and hold position on the runway.
Can you repeat?
KLM 195, enter runway 08 left and hold position on the runway.
Come on to 08 left, hold position on runway.
Okay, engine 2 is now stabilised. Engine mode selection back to normal. Now get the
Easy 1221, hold position. Brake Ryanair 2347, taxi on the
Okay,
point.
let's check. QNH 1018. Engine out procedure, standard 1700 feet. It's a right turn to Willow, enter the hole. Departure, Object 2 Zulu, first turn to the right. And initial climb, 6,000 feet. Before takeoff checklist, to the line. Flight controls, checked.
Ryanair 2347, taxi on the point. Uniform 1 via uniform.
Confirmed. Flap setting copy 1. FMA takeoff data is 145 blue, 147 magenta, climb now blue, 152, 6000 blue, flex 60. 3 transponder set.
Juliet, please.
Eco memo takeoff no blue, EFB
Juliet 4
stowed.
via Juliet, Lufthansa 225.
KLM 195, sorry for the delay. Taxi now, stand 105 via Quebec and Kilo.
The electric pump was on. Yeah, I've just turned it off before starting engine 2.
Kilo, KLM 195.
And Speedbird 178, can taxi holding point Juliet 7 via Alpha November and runway 26 right. Juliet 7 is just at the very end of runway 26 right.
Taxi to Juliet 7 via Alpha November 26 right, and thanks for that.
Go ground, Shanghai 512, ready to taxi.
Fenix 512, roger. Taxi to hold point Romeo Vaughan via Quebec Alpha, Lima, and Romeo.
Taxi to holding point Romeo 1 via Quebec
Flip
Alpha,
it
Lima,
out.
and Romeo.
That Ryanair just looked like a
Also,
car
Fenix
approaching a
512, give way
junction
to the,
and suddenly realising it was a giveaway.
EasyJet A320 on Lima.
Give way to the EasyJet A320 on Lima, Shanghai 512.
If we get handed over to tower, I'm going to ask if we can take golf.
Speedbird 178, I see you've turned in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think it was trying flew into the other direction.
Speedbird 178, it's fine. If you take a left, and
If we
another
look carefully, we
left,
might
and
see the
then take a
pilot's
right,
nose
then you'll
press
have
up
done
against the glass.
180.
There's a little ding from the cabin crew to say that they're all sat down and waiting. Is there actually a lake there in real life? Don't think I've noticed that before.
Gatwick ground, Walker 2388, stand 106, ready for push start.
Walker 2388 after the KLM A320 has passed left to right, stand 106, push and start through facing west.
Push and start approved after the KLM, Walker
Do you know
2388.
what? Let's just go to Juliet 4. Might as well. He's not told us to contact Tower yet, has he?
And Ryanair 2347, taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet.
Taxi to Juliet 4 via Juliet, Ryanair 2347.
The river mole, is that an animal?
Gatwick ground, this is EV79 Bravo uniform, stand 561, ready for push and start.
EV79 Bravo uniform, stand 560, push and start 2, facing south.
Push and start approved, facing south, EV79 Bravo uniform.
Ground Walker 2388, can you just confirm which way you wanted the nose?
Now we want the nose to your left, to the west, please.
Facing west, Walker 2388.
Right, full length departure for us today then.
Gatwick ground, lift on to 778, at stand 10, ready to push and start.
Left actually call repeat call sign only.
Lift on to 778.
Lufthansa 778,
Here's
stand
Juliet
10,
4.
straight push and start approved.
Straight push and start approved, lift on to 778.
EV8941 over to tower 124.225, bye bye.
Over to Tower, thank you for the service, Easy 8941.
Ryanair 77 same.
Tower Easy 8941 is at Juliet 4.
Easy 8941 from Juliet 1, line up runway 08 right.
Line up runway 08 right, Easy 8941. Before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin is secured. Engine mode selector is normal. TCAS, TARA. Packs are off. Anti-ice off.
Tower
Tower, good day. Lufthansa 225.
Lufthansa 225, roger. Hold Juliet 4.
Hold Juliet 4 at Lufthansa 225.
Ryanair 777, Gatwick Tower.
Hey, Crumpet. Right, I'm going to rely on my first officer to check the approach path.
Ryanair 777, Gatwick Tower.
Ryanair 777.
Brake temperatures are fine.
Ryanair 777, hold Juliet 1.
My parking brake just won't go off, so I cannot start. Ryanair 777.
Roger. Brake, easy 250.
Look at all that runway ahead of us.
Lufthansa 225, bypass the Ryanair 737 in front of you.
Roger, bypassing right now in front of us. Lufthansa 225.
Lufthansa
Easy 8941, runway 08 right, clear takeoff, surface wind 060 degrees, 13 knots.
Clear takeoff, runway 08 right, easy 8941. Here we go, let's see what that wind feels like.
Easy
Takeoff,
250,
start the chrono.
Yeah, easy 250 to Gatwick Tower. I was just asking if you could repeat what you said because I didn't hear it.
It's taking a while to get moving.
250, behind departing
50%
and line up runway
Manflex
08
SRS
behind.
runway. So I'm going to need probably quite a bit of rudder to keep us on that centre line with that wind. See how it is.
100 knots.
Checked.
Lufthansa 225, hold position.
Actually, that's not too bad.
Hold in position, Lufthansa 225.
V1, okay.
Easy 250, did you copy my last?
I did,
Nav?
from you, sorry, I didn't understand what it meant.
Easy 250, line up runway 08 right.
Copy, line up and wait 08 right.
Ryanair 2347, Gatwick Tower.
And set climb thrust. Thrust climb. Climb. What's pilot 1 engaged? Flap 0, spoilers disarmed.
Lufthansa 225 behind the EasyJet A320 Nero to your front. Hold Juliet 1.
We have the EasyJet in front of us, hold Juliet 1, Lufthansa 225.
Easy 8941, contact London Control on 134.125.
Over to London Control, 13412, easy 8941.
Ryanair 2347.
And London Control, good afternoon, easy 8941, passing 4,700 for 6,000 odd Vic 2 Zulu departure.
Easy 8941, London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 180.
Climb flight level 180, easy 8941. Just climb, up climb 180 blue.
With you, point level 220.
Sky 37 Juliet Golf, London Control, hello, climb now, flight level 180.
180, Sky 37 Juliet.
Sugar 0326, 32 miles to 08, right, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, repeat 032.
Speed 9274, call Heathrow Tower, 118.5, good day. A25 pass with the 927.
The majority of the
With a
flight
346
today then
Monarch
should
Unicom
be
site.
done in the daytime, so that'll be quite
Monarch
neat.
Unicom, Super 246, again, listen.
Easy
Oh,
25
look.
Kilo, contact Gatwick Tower 124.225, goodbye.
There's a golf course down there.
Tower 124.225, easy 25 November Kilo.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Just making HD feel nostalgic for playing golf. He doesn't have time for that anymore. Thin cloud layer, and we'll get anti-ice off once that's sorted, but coming up now 10,000 feet. So, no longer needed. I think what HD is saying is he's not that bothered about passenger comfort. It might be a bit of both, but it's not the main reason. Right, let's clear the random page out, copy the active.
Spirit 0326, turn right heading 290 degrees.
Turning right, 290 degrees, speed better.
Right, everything looks nice and stable air-wise. Let's release the hounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
So now we'll just enjoy a nice cruise up to flight level 370, hopefully when we get the further clearance. We're already cleared up to flight level 18. That may be where ATC ends, so we'll probably end up clearing ourselves. Charlie, the cabin announcements
London, hello, good afternoon.
are through
Castle 6,
self-loading
Biggin Hill inbound,
cargo.
request basic service.
Castle 6, London Control, hello. It's basic service, QNH 1019, pass message.
Basic service 1019, hello, good afternoon. Castle 6, EC 145, 7 miles west of Biggin Hill, 1,500 feet on QNH. Question 1,600 feet on QNH 1019, and inbound for a full stop.
Castle 6, roger, do you have the airfield in sight?
Fan, Castle 6.
Castle 6, roger, join and report final runway 03.
Report final 03, Castle 6.
Easy 8941, monitor Unicom 122.8, goodbye.
There we go. Over to Unicom, thanks for the service, easy 8941, bye-bye.
London Control EC7149 at London, Luton, ready for push start.
Okay, station calling me for push and start. Luton, I'm afraid I don't cover Luton. I don't cover Luton or Stansted.
There we go. Right, so with no one else controlling us, just check we've got traffic there about 10 miles ahead of us. It looks to be flying a semi-parallel track to us. Flight level 370, actually, just before I go ahead. We've got 370 blue in, but I can't remember if I checked that. 373, no, let's go 35. 350 blue checked. Yeah, we're quite heavy today, so didn't think we'd be able to get up to flight level 370 to begin with.
Sam, stop being slow.
Right, our flight route. Let's bring up Navigraph and have a look at the flight route, see what it looks like. The FB wasn't stowed. So, let's import
390
that.
actually get it right.
Is this guy just talking to himself? Flight route.
Oh, you want to race then? Let's go.
Seriously. The route doesn't look too bad actually. Could be worse. Hey Dan, I don't think they're talking to me. If they are, I would not participate in such games. Barry says the amount of playing you guys do about your wives and girlfriends, jeez. And someone wants to turn to a heading of 390. Yeah, well, isn't that just 030, but with a turn included, with a full turn included? The weather looks a lot better over France than it does England. We don't complain about our wives and girlfriends, Barry, we just hide information from them. Don't we, HD? Right, flight time is, what, about 2 hours 40 minutes? What was it? OFP said... Oh, 2 hours 32. 2 hours 32 minutes. That is a long stream. See, that's the other thing, HD, isn't it? We'd be lost without them because they organise us. In fact, she said something interesting yesterday or the day before. I was talking about the girls who are 3 at the moment, and she said, yeah, and come 1st of September, well, that's today actually, isn't it? 1st of September we'll be applying for the places at school. I said, what? Really? And they don't go next September. No, they do go next September, yeah, a year from now. Do they? Is that right? Yeah. Oh God. Oh, only a year until we've got more freedom. Hey. So yeah, she takes care of all of that. I wouldn't know where to begin. Christian, you have a failure. Oh, Christian, you're turning round, back to Gatwick. Dan says Von McLean had one of them last night, cabin fresh failure, killed all his passengers. Yeah, look at the gorgeous weather over France, from leaving all the cloudy weather of England behind. Ah, Christian, HC says you've not turned it on to manual by mistake, have you? Are you not going to make it to Tirana now? Are you going back to Gatwick? I'm assuming as well that this was a failure that has happened spontaneously. It's not one that you've created either, Christian. In which case, you can't even clear it. What would you possibly have been turning to do that, though? aft cabin up here maybe. But yeah, what would... I mean, this is the valve here. Mode selector manual. Turn that on. Don't know what you could have pressed by mistake. Diago, you guess I'm a little addicted to EasyJet. Oh, not addicted. It's just the airline of choice that I can fly the SOPs for, so that's why. Matthew85, thank you for subscribing. Christian's put a picture of it on Discord. We'll have to go ahead and check that out. Oh, look, all the ships. That's quite neat, isn't it? In fact, that's really neat. That looks great. I like that. That looks very detailed down there. To say even if I zoom in, that still looks really detailed. Fair play. Did we have any ships on the other side as well? I'm a bit too far away. The land's there. We probably can't see them. Massive quarry as well, showing just here. I'm assuming that's a quarry. Looks like one. Christian, you're doing circles now for the east of Gatwick. Are you still under ATC control, Christian, as well? That'd be interesting if you are. Dan says, that reminds me, did you ever establish if those engine effects being nearby the windows in the view is it a Fenix or a Microsoft Flight Sim problem? I think you said it was too close to the window. Yeah, so just from my mind, the heat blur should be, it's usually behind the cabin because it actually occurs much further back because of the speed the air is expelled at, you don't really see it. So I think the next update, the Fenix guys, we're going to remove them altogether. Fenix can do it, so they can manipulate the Azobo engine not to show them. Christian, you're still under ATC. That's exciting. A failure and ATC as well. Nice. Not exciting for your passengers though, who are now very deflated that they're having to go back to London instead of their holiday destination. I've not been to Tirana before. A quick look at the charts. Hang on. Just have a quick look. Have we got any reference charts as well? So I can have a look at the views. Sometimes they have them, don't they? Oh no, it's just got radar minimum altitudes. Look at the terrain though, to the east of it. Yeah, so sat on the left hand side of the aircraft, that's going to look impressive. Mind you, the right hand side over the ocean, that's going to be quite neat as well. Should be quite a nice approach. Definitely not one that I've done before. Let's call 170. Good afternoon. Thank you, mate. It did make me chuckle as well. The VOR for runway 35. Look at that. That's that looks interesting. Little tower here as well, at around 1,700 feet. But look at the descent angle that you have to maintain because of it. Yeah, so much steeper, and it's off track. It's offset as well. Don't think that's used too often, to be fair. I would imagine the ILS is always used. Runway operations, runway 17, and there's 135. Yeah, I mean 17 is going to be the obvious choice. It's got the instrument landing system. So yeah, not too many details there, are there? But nice. Hello, baby. That sounds weird saying that. Last call. Am I doing any flights with the PMDG? I still have the 700 installed. Oh, it actually might not be installed. Not since I upgraded the rig. I've not purchased the 800. No. Waterpool Ducks, Tirana's a nice airport. I guess we'll find out in a couple of hours, won't we? Hope you're right. Lemon Wolf, you read an article that about a passenger who tried to open a door at 30,000 feet. I'm guessing they would not have been successful. The pressure kind of makes it all, well, I'm not going to say impossible. Nothing's impossible, I guess, but pretty much impossible. Yeah, Lemon Wolf. I did think that as I said it. I think she's out at the moment. Max Parks, do I ever do any flights in the US? Yeah, occasionally we do some special streams which involve stuff like that. Chris Peoples, have Phoenix said if they're going to be doing anything other than the 320? Do you know they get asked this question a lot? At the moment they're concentrating on the 320. So I'm not sure. We have 400 feet to go. Waterpool Ducks, I can't fly to Dublin. I'd get shot if I took my orange jet over there. Mac Alt Star, let's just check that perf page. Probably still a bit too heavy to get up to 37. Yeah, okay. So there we go. Level off then, flight level 350, that'll do for now. Simplays on Twitch, presumably Phoenix next update will be after Sim Update 10. I'm guessing so, yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Why wouldn't you do that? Right, that's our cruising altitude for now. We'll go a little bit higher later on once we're a little bit lighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we're not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our EasyJet Sim pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
Dan, Digital Flight Alex still doing the A350. Are they still doing it? I've not kept abreast of that, to be honest. I hope they are, because I'd love a good 350. And obviously we know that Flight by Wire are doing the 380, aren't they? Lemon Wolf, yes, we've got MXI's Tirana scenery from Orbex. So thank you to them for providing the scenery for today's destination. Waterpool Ducks, Liverpool's a good airport too. It's got a decent approach. I like the one coming in on to runway, is it 09? Over the Irish Sea. It's quite neat. Chris, you're preparing for departure from Boston. It's pretty quiet on VATSIM today. Well, it would be. It's like 9 AM, isn't it, on a Thursday in Boston. So, probably not going to be too much to do. Right, we'll just do some of the top of climb stuff. So, Fuel check at let's do. What should we have? Uh, 24 minutes in, yeah, good. And we should have around 7.6 tons of fuel. We've got 7.8. Nice, okay, so let's think about some alternate weather. Brussels, Luxembourg, go on then. Add to, oh, we need to just sign out of this one. There we go. Then I can operate it here. ATC request, no, not ATC request. Weather request. Echo, Bravo, Bravo, Romeo. Send that one off. What else? Where else should we go for? Stuttgart, about 240 miles away. I am just looking at the airports that I can see on the navigation display at the moment. I could use the Navigraph charts actually, just to help me out with a bit of my oh, we'll have a look at Basel as well, looking at that, as that's a main EasyJet Europe base, which is Lima Fox Sierra Bravo. Is it? I'm having a moment. Is it not? Is it Sierra Bravo? Do you know what? Lima Fox Sierra Bravo. It is, yeah. Had a memory crisis then. Couldn't remember. Send those off. See how they're doing. Fenix, I'm not sure when the winglets are going to come on the Phoenix, I'm afraid. We'll just have to wait and see. 11, we've landed at Tirana in real life and the approach is pretty nice. Fingers crossed. It'll look something similar like that today. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, look at the little airfield down there. Don't know where that is. Looks like a little bit of a private one, doesn't it? With the big ends at the end. There's streets, isn't there? There's streets in France that actually do have their own private airstrips. There's houses. I mean, that's just for the mega rich. Danny, you always get confused. It's airport made by someone, sold by someone else, and this store. Yeah, it can become confusing. Jacob, does toolbar pushback compatible with the 320 now? Is it still decreasing performance? So Jacob, the official line is it still decreases performance. I've never suffered with it myself. I know others who have. I think it's kind of try it and see how it works on your system. Milo for life, hello. I'm Red Aviation. I'm very well. Thanks for coming on board this afternoon. Dan, you've got a huge mix of different things. We've got Orbex, we've got Microsoft Flights, obviously, we've got Rex, Anybuilds. Yeah, so many. Danny, it's pretty thunderstormy around Tirana area. Seems to be a chance there's going to be some bad weather later on in Tirana. Really? That's not the forecast I saw. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Alan, oh, this is a great question. Always wondered, as the engines get older, where maintenance is bad, that should never happen though, they eat up more fuel, and where this is the case, how do you factor that into your fuel performance calculations? Okay, you don't have to do that. That is part of the planning office. On the operational flight plan, does SimBrief do it? Let's have a look. Yes, it does. That's what the performance factor is. So, if you have a look at the SimBrief flight plans, you'll see that every aircraft, well, the airline should know about every aircraft and things. And is it the mechanics that basically work this out and report back. So the performance factor just here goes up or down depending on the age and quality of the engines, the aircraft, etc. And then is it? Oh, where is it? On the FMGC? I've forgotten which page it's on. Is it aircraft status? No. There's a number, isn't there, that you can't change. It's for the engineers to sort out. But yeah, there's a perf factor shown in green which you don't change. Let the engineers do it. Is it data and aircraft status? Thank you. No, isn't it normally down here? Or is it only there when you're on the ground? Can you not change it in flight? Can you change it HD? I didn't know you could do that. I bet it doesn't work in the sim. It's gone as we're airborne. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that's why. The more bent the aircraft, the higher the performance factor. Company message. That will be us being told off by operations for being late, I'm guessing. Weather data, so Brussels, Cav OK, good wind, that's fine. What's this one? Stuttgart, wind's fine, few clouds, wide open. And Basel, what have we got here? Again, no issues if we needed to get in there either. Easy Ops telling us we're 13 minutes late. Alan, you are welcome. Right, well, let's just have a look at a couple of things that we'll do as we're about to cross the Alps. — 225 and 90, isn't it? There we go. We're not too close to the Alps, I don't think, today. But pop it in anyway. Yeah, we're very to the east of the Alps. There is a little bit where we're where the MSA is above 10,000 feet. It's about an hour into the flight, something like that. Dark Fury, hey mate, how you doing? Last call. The weather information there is downloaded from a real-world server somewhere, so that is indeed 100% correct. Obviously, check the time of day, but it should be. Christian's had a hole in his aircraft, so he had to return back to Gatwick. That sounds far too realistic. Captain Oatmeal, good morning, sir. Dr. Magic, you still haven't taken the plunge and grabbed the Phoenix. How long do you think it would take to set up and get it running smoothly? Right, well, it's probably going to take you about 5 minutes to download. Then about another 5 minutes just to get it installed, 5 minutes to put in your Hoppy's ACARS code, sim brief, stuff like that, and then as long as it takes to load into your the sim. Then once you're in the sim, you'll obviously need to calibrate your thrust levers and your flaps, etc. Depends as well. If you're using the Airbus Captain pack from Thrustmaster, then it's very, very quick. But yeah, I reckon from start to finish, you could be flying in within half an hour. Well, you could be on the ground ready to go in half an hour. Second Ivy, you were the Jet 2737 as we left Gatwick. I did see that. Amsterdam, what Adam plane were we using? We're in the Fenix A320. HD says, interesting failure actually, because nothing on the ECAM really tells you what's wrong. You have to use a bit of technical knowledge and PSD to determine what's wrong. If the passengers start turning blue, you know you probably need to return. Cat Oatmeal, do I think Phoenix will make the Sharklets this year? I honestly do not know. I wish I did. Well, because if I did, I could make a video about it and it would get thousands of views. But no, I don't know. Is the answer. Dr. Magic says that's great. You had visions of lots of tweaking and swearing. Oh God, no, absolutely not. And let's face it, if you know how to fly the fly-by-wire, then you're already pretty much there, aren't you? Darren, thank you for subscribing. Christian Togo, good afternoon. Hope you're well. Glad you could join us. Last call 170. So Simbrief will assign you SIDS and stars. Sometimes they need interrogating just to make sure that they're accurate, but I'd say sort of 80% of the time they're pretty good. Barry, why don't they just make Sharklets? It's just cosmetics, right? No! No. It affects aerodynamics, it affects the fuel consumption more than aerodynamics. But yeah, they're also, Phoenix are a little bit more focused on releasing massive updates more sporadically than tiny little ones as you go along. So when the next update does drop, it's probably gonna be huge. It really will. When do I think the fly-by-wire A380 will be out? Again, I have no idea, I'm afraid. Last call, Simbrief doesn't assign SIDS and stars for you. It definitely should do. Can't see any reason why it shouldn't. Unless you're flying to airports that don't have SIDS and stars, because they do exist. Darren, used to fly EasyJet to Palma, Mallorca, Spain when your mum had a villa there. That is a really nice flight and a really nice approach as well. I like going to Palma. You have to think about things as well, depending on which arrival you've got. Barry, their fuel model consumption isn't 100%, and they've admitted this. That is down to a simulator technical challenge that they can't overwrite, but they found a way around it, and again, this is what's going to be brought into the next update that they bring. So we'll look forward to seeing what they do with that when it becomes available.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
The HD, I've just seen the screenshot you sent me. Nice. Flammer Meme says you're guessing around 1.5 years minimum for the fly-by-wire A380. It's almost been 2 years, hasn't it? Was it something like November 2020 they announced it? I honestly can't remember. I mentioned it in the video I did about it, but I can't remember now what that was. Lemon Wolf as well likes to make stuff really hard for the third-party add-ons, don't they? I think, and you know, feel free to tell me if I'm wrong here because I don't know for definite, and I'm certainly not saying this with any air of authority, but I think still a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator has been leftover old code from FSX. Obviously really optimized, brought up to date, and things like that. But yeah, I still think there's still some old technology under the hood. Juan, the PAs and things, not PAC-X, but self-loading cargo. Amadeus, you finally got your hands on the Fenix 320 last night. Oh, I'm stoked for you. How are you getting on with it? Really glad that the videos have come in useful as well. HTS still be on the ground waiting. Yeah, thank God for the sim world. Hi Darren, I don't see you lasting long in here. HD, I think you've just insulted my 3-year-olds. Danny, isn't every game now a company makes really just has, yeah, so they never really start from scratch, right? I guess that's because everything is an update of an update of an update. Like, take for example, I'm going back to my youth now. Well, not even my youth, but probably 6-7 years ago. When was the last Grand Theft Auto released? Used to love that game on Xbox. The next one should be fantastic. I'll never get it as much as I'd love to because I just don't have the time anymore for stuff like that to sit and enjoy, and I'd rather be doing this. But I imagine even the next Grand Theft Auto, it'll be light years ahead from what the last one was. The last one was amazing, but it'll probably still have the same sort of engine underneath or leftover bits of code, like you say. So everything's a bit of an update of an update. Barry says, if that is the case, then it is old FSX technology. I said maybe, and only bits of it left over. You can try and fly the Dash 8 from FSX in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That would be amazing. You miss a good propeller airliner. Have we got any now? Are there any good propeller airliners in Microsoft Flight Sim or not? Can't remember. Lemon, we need some Minecraft action in this channel. Minecraft. Oh, how many of you have got kids? Okay, obviously if you've watched the channel lots, you'll know I have. My eldest, he's 7.5, a bit older, and Minecraft is just his world. If we let him, we don't, but if we let him, he would spend all day, every day, watching YouTube videos on Minecraft, and well, you can pretty much imagine how the conversation goes when we tell him that you shouldn't watch YouTube too much. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know. Pot, kettle, black. But yes, so Minecraft is just a huge thing for him. So he'd watch videos on YouTube and then he'd go and recreate what he's seen in the game. But yeah. Dark Fury Steve is in Minecraft. That is a good point. Danny, X-Plane 12 coming out. We'll probably have something from X-Plane 11. Oh, 100%. Yep. Lemon Wolf, I'm bringing you memories from GTA. The first one GTA you had was GTA Vice City. Okay, my first one was I think it was the original GTA in America. Then I had GTA London on the PC, which was like a top-down kind of view. Had an epic soundtrack, that game as well. That really was good. Danny, of course, the PMDG DC-6. Okay, modern airliner. Let's say modern propelled airliner. GTA 5 was back in 2013, Flammy. Was it really? Oh, I'm so old. It's nearly 10 years ago, isn't it? Your daughter doesn't watch Minecraft, she plays it. Oh, he does both. He would watch videos on it, and then he'll go and play it. I think he actually does probably watch it now more than he plays it, which is weird. Barry, you've got 3 kids. They don't Minecraft or YouTube, strangely enough. Is that because they're like 23 or something? HD, you love the original GTA soundtrack. It was awesome. The London GTA was fantastic. And GTA London had Elvis. It did, Doc. You're right. And flamethrowers. Oh, awesome. Oh, Crumpet, the FIFA 98 soundtrack. I remember that. And I remember it had a on the cover of the version I had for PC, I think it was. It had a cover of David Beckham on it in his England shirt. I can still remember that. Played that far too much. Well, if I'm not old, they're just late launching GTA 6. Wonder when that will come out. Faraz, what routes am I thinking about with the 380? Do you know what? I can tell you now the first route I do with the 380. We're going to do it. We'll dedicate a full day to it, a full day's live stream of the 380, and it's going to be the first flight that I ever flew on the A380, which was for my honeymoon, and that was Manchester to Dubai, Emirates. That will be my first live stream, and that's about a 7-hour flight, so should be a good one. I could really go the whole hog then and do the second part of that flight, which was Dubai to Mauritius, which again was great fun. Danny, for me, it's always been FIFA, always been a football fan. Will, I do like football. I've wasted so many hours of my youth playing. I used to be more of a manager. Do you remember FIFA Manager? It wasn't the best or the biggest management game because there were obviously other ones available. But FIFA Manager, I absolutely used to love it. So yeah, it was. I used to spend hours on it, and what I did was I would do it properly, as in I would go to the lowest league, pick a. I go to the lowest league. Who's broadcasting on the guard? Get rid of that. Yeah, I would pick a team that was in sort of like Division 4 or whatever the heck it was called back then, and try and work the way up, and then eventually, if I was a really good manager, I might get a job opportunity come up with Sheffield Wednesday, and of course I had to take that out of loyalty. So yeah, it was happy memories, and this is how sad I used to be. So sort of like 16, 17, I could spend all night on a Friday night or a Saturday night if I wasn't going out. I could spend literally into the early hours of the morning playing FIFA Manager. It was awesome. HD, you were a Pro Evolution man. I remember that. Didn't play much, but no. Barry, your kids are 9, 10, and 11. So I think they're above the level of Minecraft slightly, aren't they? Or at least I hope that's going to be how it works out for my kids. And ride horses, that is an expensive game to get into. Flamamine, the Zelda soundtrack was very good as well. Matthew Farmer, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on board. HD, do Dubai to Brisbane, that's about 16 hours. Yeah, I'd need a relief crew, though, HD. I ain't doing that on my own. Adam, who's going to win the Old Firm Derby at the weekend? I'm not bothered about that one. My beloved Sheffield Wednesday playing Barnsley. So that's about as big as it gets now, because Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, obviously not in the same division at the moment. Amadeus, you've got 6 kids. What? Oh man. I thought I was bad with 4. The youngest one lives for Minecraft. Yeah. Will, you were lucky enough to take Emirates 777 Birmingham to Dubai, and then Dubai to Sydney A380. Awesome. Danny, Football Manager 22 has just come out with something for you then. When will we start? Oh, right. So what I should do is get Football Manager installed, and then when we'll bring back long haul Fridays, or just long haul flights in general, and we'll sit with the wing view, and then have Football Manager on screen here and play Football Manager whilst we cruise the globe. Yeah. That'd be different. HD, you had one of the original Football Managers from '93. If you put your name as Glenn Hoddle, you could manage England. Really? Well, what, as like a kind of an Easter egg kind of thing. We're about to start getting to the part of the flight where the scenery is going to be breathtaking. We can see the Alps now. Oh, as I said, we're just on the brink, the eastern side of the Alps. We've got Basel just coming up in front of us. We've got Zurich coming up ahead of us as well. So if we sit here, we'll probably see that in a little while. Will, so, yeah, I'm Sheffield Wednesday fan. Oh, you're Burton Albion. Fair enough. Well, my lad went to his first ever football game. He's quite getting into football now, and he's playing that. He went to his first ever football game a couple of weeks back, and Sheffield Wednesday won 5-0 against Forest Green Rovers. And unfortunately, it wasn't me that took. I'd love to have taken him to his first one. I just never got round to it, sadly. So he went with some friends, and he came back home, and he was buzzing. I was like, mate, I just need to tell you that every football game you ever see from now on is going to be a bitter disappointment after that display, because they are not usually that good. HD signing Rory Delap when you were managing Blackburn. He scored 35 goals in a season. Alan, how much does Jet A fuel cost? I have no idea. Emirates have even announced Dubai Auckland route is coming back. They fly to most major places, don't they, Danny? So it's not surprising that they're bringing stuff like that back. Lilo 25, good afternoon. Mark says you hope we do Barnsley because they keep beating Middlesbrough. Oh, Lemolf just saw the official launch their new version, whatever number it is now, and it's just the same, just the teams get updated. See, I said years ago when oh, I love the scenery around here, it's beautiful. I said a while ago that wouldn't it be great if instead of when the internet became really big and you could just download stuff, instead of bringing out a new FIFA every single year, why don't they just update it? Keep the same engine and then just update the players. Update the teams, the player names, their league positions, the ratings, stuff like that. And then you just download that information every 12 months when the new season starts, and away you go. You don't have to buy a new game all the time. I was far too naive back then, though, because, of course, it's all about money and how many they can sell. So yeah, I was like, well, just download the new teams and then get the new version every sort of 3-4 years when they do it. So, Kristen, are you back at Gatwick now? Oh, fantastic. Also experienced though to handle a failure with air traffic control. Brilliant. Virtual pilot, you have yes1 exam Saturday. Hope you pass. Where will that be then? Christian's got a yeah, you've got a hole in your aircraft somewhere. Right, where are we? Just need to keep an eye. I think we're coming up now on. Oh, there we go. So we've got Basel down there to the right. The Alps coming up in front of us. MSA is going to be. Let me see. Where are we? Direct to. We're on our way to Elma. Fud. Yeah, so after Elma, MSA stays up above 10,000 until we pass Belov, then it starts to drop. So, probably a good half an hour or so. The escape route, of course, would be fly. Probably fly southeast. Well, there's our Alps line. So yeah. Before this, if anything, if I go the same way as Christian, then we'll turn back, and after that, we'll just keep our way going. Look at that. That's interesting. The equitime point is just happens to be right, almost literally dissecting the Alp line. A little too far. I've not tried the FS2 crew for the Phoenix. No, I haven't. Scott, the last couple of flights you've done, there's been no airport scenery, just ground textures. That is very strange. That is very strange. I've never seen that before. Darren says he has autism and Asperger's, but really likes watching YouTube. Darren, I can understand that. Right? I hope you enjoy watching this channel as well, just for its. I was going to say its calming nature. That depends how the flight's going. Christian, you were always hoping for some random failures on the Phoenix. However, today was the first time in a long time that you had to fly along, and probably should have deactivated that error. Christian, take it from Zurich, or well, where else? By the time you got yourself set up, if you want to join us, it's a long flight. Get yourself off from Milan or Verona. Verona would be neat. Join us at Verona. I reckon you could do that. Amadeus, you're off to the physio for a couple of hours. Good luck. Hope it's not too painful. Thank you. Just jump forward a few seats. That's quite nice, isn't it? Might just leave that there for a bit. Don't know what you don't get, by the way. The trip fuel according to that we're doing the Phoenix calculated 6.8 tons, but your Simri flight plan says the trip fuel is just under 6 tons. Huh. That's weird. I've never had it been. I mean, I always usually gentle load just a little bit more anyway. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever had it where it hasn't calculated enough fuel. PSV volley, do I empty the community folder before the flight and only fill it with the necessary things for this flight, or do all the downloads stay in the community folder? So, PSV, what I used to do when I just had a hard drive was that I did do exactly what you've just said. Now I've got the solid state drive, the SSD, I just leave everything in the community folder because it can just read it, can't it? Christian, you're exhausted now. That was a lot of stuff to handle simultaneously and on your own as well. Troubleshooting while manually flying holds was a bad at what? Manually flying holds? Christian, what are you doing? It's an Airbus, not a Cessna. Darren Williams, nice view if a little cloudy. Yeah, but just look at the Alps now starting to appear on the horizon. Danny, does that mean you should increase the performance factor on SimBrief? I would say so, yes, but at the moment I'm using... Are you using the Fenix profile as well? The specified Fenix profile from the Discord server. And I have mine set to 0, so just by default. Christian, ATC asked you if you could hold your position and you said yes. Well then, you should still be able to program that in the box, shouldn't you? Come on, HD. He's not asleep, is he? Can't remember how to do that. It's one of those things that I don't think I've had to do. Present position hold. How are we doing that? Is that on direct? Or flight plan? Of course it works, Christian. It's the Fenix. Assuming you were in the Fenix. Duh. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Don't do that. Oh yeah, erase that. I don't want to actually enter one. So next time you've got a hole in your aircraft, Christian, there you go. Ooh, Dr. Magic this Sunday for the iconic journeys. Let me have a look at the diary. In fact, you know what? It's not even my diary I need to look at, it's the wife's. Maybe. I'm not going to say definitely, but maybe. Maybe definitely. Christian, you need a coffee. I think you need something stronger than that. Danny, you learned to fly holds in the Cessna a couple of days ago, like the different entries, etc. Oh yeah. Direct entry, parallel entry, teardrop entry. You're feeling like an absolute pro now when it comes to holding procedures.
This traffic is 1165 is on final runway 14.
It's hashtag on Twitch says, hi, I couldn't use the fly-by-wire A320. Should I also get the Fenix? My sort of stock answer to that hashtag is if you like the fly-by-wire A320, you will love the Fenix. Yeah. So, if you like the fly-by-wire, there's the Fenix takes it all completely to the next level. German Flight Simmer, you have some new information. That sounds interesting. The overlay's dead. That's not new information. That's just typical. Let's have a look. See if we can give it a kick, shall we? Gatwick to Tirana. What's our call sign? Easy 8941. Right, hopefully that's helped for you. Will I be trying X-Plane 12? I've been thinking about this. Let's see when it comes out. Do you reckon it'll be out before Christmas? Dan London FM, hi, good afternoon to you. You're preparing a flight from Dublin in the Boeing 737-600. For some reason the IRS are not aligning at all. It's just not working. I'm definitely the wrong guy to ask about that, I'm afraid. Hello, Alps. We're using payware scenery, German flight simulator, so looking forward to seeing that. Mark, for X-Plane 12, don't you have to download scenery files to make it look good? The same could be said for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but certainly in X-Plane 11 to have anything that looked anything near decent was, yeah, you had to download a lot of stuff. It cost a lot of money by the time you'd finished. Mark, you're interested to see what X-Plane 12 would be like. You just can't see it being better than Microsoft Flight Sim now we've got some decent airlines. I'm kind of inclined to agree with you. Shame we've not got any ATC, isn't it? Right, let's just go ahead and keep on top of things in case, for whatever reason, we need to get down. Can't imagine the weather being bad at Milan, but that would be the next obvious place to check out. Let's try that again. See what's happening in Tirana as well, shall we? See, that's the that's something else, isn't it? HD has just mentioned. They say that X-Plane has got better physics, but he thinks that Microsoft Flight Sim is fine for 99% of cases, even single engine cases. So. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? We'll have to see when it comes out. Yeah, this is why I want the heat blur removing, because that view would look far, far more spectacular if it wasn't blurred. HC, the only thing you miss is a much larger view and the physical movement. Right, okay, well, if you can get yourself a projector in that room you've set up, and maybe a seat with the butt kicker underneath, then you're pretty much there, aren't you? So HD says the heat blur is pretty accurate. Okay, I agree that the blur is accurate, but what about the location of it? Because I think it was Nick who sat pretty much where this kind of seat is really, on a flight recently up to Manchester, then back down to Heathrow. And we're taking photos of it, and there just wasn't any blur there because the blur was much further back. So, I say the blur is accurate, but what about the position of it? Mark's also just said the same thing actually. Didn't see any heat blur on my flight a couple of weeks ago. We were sat on row 22 of the A320. HD doesn't... I was just... I was just about to say, HD doesn't sit there very often. So HD doesn't see it every day. If he did, then something's gone very wrong, and he's putting too much faith in the autopilot. Christian, when HD asked me if I closed all the windows, doors, etc., and I wasn't 100% sure, my first thought was, dear God, please don't let me be this stupid. Thankfully they were all closed though. That's good to know, Christian. What I really love about Microsoft Flight Sim, and I still don't think X-Plane will be able to do this, is of course the visuals. Looking at this view here, there are so many videos now that are on YouTube and things like that with like a GoPro camera or something set up with pretty much this kind of view. And what you're looking at now on screen pretty much can mimic exactly what the real world views look like. It's phenomenal. Christian, to be fair, an open window is harder to detect in the simulator than it is real life. Absolutely. It's going to be colder, draftier, noisier. DT's plane spotting, I tend to open it afterwards if it hasn't already automatically opened. Crumpet, this is making you want to take the day off work and fly. Yeah, the view like this. We'll get over the Alps and then we'll have a look at the airport and start planning some arrival. I also like, see, if I did this, this is probably more akin to some of the videos I've seen. A first officer view. Turbulence here, to say we're over the Alps, looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Doesn't that just look hypnotic? Could just sit and watch that for the next hour, which is a good job because that's probably about as long as we've got left to go. Maybe a bit more actually. Look at the rain in the valley there. View like that really doesn't need any narration from me, does it? I'd probably just spoil it. Glorious. Right, well, let's just check out where we are now. So, alright, if anything, if someone opens the window, Christian, then, where's that? Trent? Then we're going to keep going. Let's have a look at the receive weather messages. Wind 210 at 9, varying 1024. And what's happening in Tirana? 340 at 5, that's good. No, it's not. Well, it's just a tailwind, that's all. It's only a slow one though. Good visibility, scattered 4,500 feet, scattered 1,600 feet, no significant changes. Nick T, hello! Speckles Gaming, just because, particularly on long flights, it's nice to be in the Fenix with the potential for things to go wrong, as Christian found out earlier. No, it's just a bit more realistic. That's the only reason. But we do fly in the fly-by-wire as well, remember, on the channel, so don't forget that. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do hit that like button. It really does help support the channel, so thank you to everybody who's already gone ahead and done that. Vino, you want a cockpit tour? There's not really that many places to visit on the cockpit. Can you imagine living down here in this valley? You just look up and it'd just be green. I remember the first time I went to Austria when I was about 14, driving alongside the road, and we got out, stopped at the hotel we were stopping at, and it was surrounded by terrain, not too dissimilar to this. It was amazing. Never seen anything like it. Well, let's see. Planned time 16:27. Okay. Let's get some information about our destination, shall we? Keep an eye out. Enjoy the view. Just because it looks so good. Let's have a look at the charts. So we're on the PTAC 1 Mike arrival. And we're planning runway 17. Transition altitude 10,000 feet, and we've got platform 3,000. MSA is going to be 355 with the visibility that we've got today. Sorry, MSA is as we're coming in, right, 9,500 as we're on the localizer. 3,800 as we're coming in. ILS identifier is ITR. Airfield elevation 109. And missed approach 3,000 feet. That's interesting. Look at that. So climb to 3,000 feet, altitude above 1,300 feet. Now, I'm just reading this. I'm doing this out of sequence at the minute, but that just caught my attention. So hold at 3,000 feet, but look at the MSA around it. that's a hole, getting you quite close. Oof, wow. That is interesting. So, once we're 1,300 feet, right turn, max speed 215 knots to 243, intercept and follow the 234 radial, sorry, 243 to intercept and join the 203 Tirana radial, join holding 16 miles from Tango Romeo November. What's this hold here over the VOR? Yeah, because they'll hold you well out of the way of the train. But does that make sense? Strange to have a hold there, though. Anyway, missed approach altitude 3,000 feet. The terrain there is 1,766, so that's the reason that we need to get 1,300 feet and then a right turn after that. Okay. Still looking absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Right, let's jump into the flight plan page and we'll have a look at setting that up. So the flight routing should be Petak, yep, and then Tirana 604, at or above 7,000, then Volby at or above 4,000. And then from Volby, 4,000 feet, straight down the glide. Right, at Volby, do I really want to be doing 224 knots? How far out is that? 14 miles out. I'd rather not. That might be a bit overkill, but just to update it a little bit. Oh, I'm getting distracted now. Can we see Venice? Venice will be down here on the right, I think. Let's just quick look. A few miles to go before we do. That's down there. Yeah, just saw that on the navigation display coming up. 40 miles away. Yeah, so all of that looks fine and good. I'm happy with how that's in. What we got there? Too steep path. Right, I bet. If we clear that out, that'll sort that out. We'd still be able to get down in time. So as long as it's above 7,000 feet, which it should be. Ah, no, that's not worked. I've done it. Wrong waypoint. 604, 7,000 feet, pull that back in. We might have to slow down sooner. So the problem is 6042 Volby. Let's have a look. How far is that? Oh, 7 miles. Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Right, 3,000 feet to lose in 7 miles. How are we going to do that? Yeah, we're not going to be 250 then at 604. Let's pick something sensible. Let's pop 200 in. We have to do that flaps one, I'm guessing. Says we're not going to make that speed. Can't see why. We will make it. Because I'll be in managed. I'll be in selected speed. Yeah, okay. This is why I like flying to new places, particularly when there's terrain around. It just makes you think a little bit more. Do you know what? We could just be flaps 2. And we'll just take it nice and slow. I think that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. So we'll just Alexander, I'm not flying the full approach. No need to fly the full approach. We'll just get configured early. Flaps 2 by 604, that'll give us enough time to get down, so speed 180 knots. Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry too much about that. Radnav page, what we need. Oh, HD's just come on and said he'd do the same. He'd go flaps 2, 180 at 604, so... Yep. I concur. So, we'll brief flaps though from above just in case as well. We're already halfway there. Flaps 2s are out. Just throw the gear out if we need it. And get down. So, we will have a look and see anything in the Radnav page. Tango Romeo November. Pop that in. Make sure we get the right one. What is it? 1177. Yep. Runway 17. 403 miles to go. Bit too soon to get the latest METAR in there, but we've got the barrel, which is 355, 10,000 feet, that's correct. And what have we got with thrust reduction acceleration values? What's the 110, that's fine. The terrain around though, the acceleration value. Let's have a look. If it's noise abatement 1 or 2. Because of the terrain, I would suggest that we're going to be using noise abatement 2 rules, but no, it's going to be, oh right, it's going to be 1570, that's what it should be, so let's update that. Particularly as all failures are turned on, you never know. There we go. Fuel 4 tons when we get there. That's plenty. I just copy the active. In fact, before we do that, HD, why are we changing the acceleration values. I was changing those to the information that we got on the tables you'd created. Do we not need to do that? I mean, I half expected, because obviously the aircraft doesn't know if it knows maybe 1 or 2, but I half expected, because of the terrain around it, for the acceleration value to be higher than the thrust reduction, in order to get us away from the terrain. Do engine out tables apply to go around? Well, there's a leading question if ever I heard one. Evidently not, sir. So presumably they would just be the normal, would they not? 1,000 feet, 1009. What terrain? All this stuff, yeah. Granted, it's not in our way as we're going, having said that. Oh, there's no, doesn't show you the terrain on this image, does it? What's the grid more there? 7-9, I think that just saw that was. The hold is over here somewhere. What's the name of the hold? It's oh, it's just 16 miles away. So it's 16 miles away. It's not at an actual waypoint. No, the hold's somewhere over here. I just saw this little thing here. I'm like, oh, I don't want to fly into that. It's a SOP thing. Right, oh well. We'll throw that SOP out then. How long's the runway in Tirana? 2,746 metres. Oh, that's fine. That's the standard answer, Christian, for when you've seen some pilots doing, some pilots not doing it. It's a SOP thing. Alexander, we're not doing the circle to land, no. So this is the part of the flight now where we had isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds according to the SIGMET chart. I wonder, it looks like that isn't too far from what we can see out the window actually. It's quite neat. So on a go-around, you're assumed to be already at a safe airspeed and with altitude on your side. So the restrictions on thrust, acceleration, etc. heights are not as important as on the engine out procedures. That is a good point. So what about the engine out acceleration value then, if we're talking about that? I mean, let me just pop this back to 1125, which is what 1,000 feet of above the terrain is. So we've got probably about an hour to go, I'm going. HD, is it EJ stops to enter it in normal operations? No. Well, these clouds now, they've just completely wrecked up my view. Don't need that. Although it is quite nice to have it on, just again for a bit of SA. Where's Italy? Oh look, it's over there. Maxine, no. Clouds do look amazing though, don't they? Don't get what anybody says. There, oh, wrong one. There are the isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds that were forecast. Thankfully we're far too high. Alexander, would I like to fly full manual from flight level 100 and below? Nope, not company SOPs. Use the maximum amount of automation available to you that is safe. Danny, yeah, this is another moment that the weather radar would be really useful, but they look stunning, don't they? They look really good.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Lemon Wolf, you wish EasyJet flew to Paro. I did it once on the channel. I think we ended up with 3 go-arounds, and in the last attempt I just threw it down. Wasn't safe in the slightest. Probably looked about as safe as that video that was doing the rounds on YouTube a while back. Thomas, does the fly-by-wire A320 have a terrain radar? Yes, it does in the experimental version, yeah. Danny, EasyJet to Paro, you knew someone who would disagree. Me too. Probably not just one. There's only, is this something like 13, 40, 50 cents? I don't know. A mid-teens amount of pilots that are actually certified to land there. Barry, you did Paro in the full motion sim. It was amazing. I bet it was. Did you do it? Saturn V. Oh, Albania indeed. Christian, it would probably be a pretty dead route. It's not the best tourist attraction. No, indeed. People would just fly it for the approach, and then that's it. Darren, why don't I play the top 40 music? Because I get sued by the copyright holders, that's why. Barry, you had 3 go-arounds, you nailed it on the 3rd try. Oh, well, that's it, certified. Lemon Wolf, they would be complete flight geeks and not tourists for the local delicacies that they would have on offer. I'm certain you're right. So this is a real-life flight as well. In fact, is it meant to be flying a little bit later today? Is it meant to take off in a couple of hours? Barry, am I joking? Bhutan, the must be beautiful nature and culture. I'm sure it is, but it's probably not the place that 90% of Brits want to go on holiday. I mean, if it's that or a beach somewhere on the Mediterranean, I think I know which one I'm choosing. Oh, Danny, has it just taken off? Just found it on Flight Radar 24. Cool. Christian, that is also true. You'd need a longer hauler for that road, and not sure you're going to get a 350 or 330 in there. Quite right too. Braden, next stop flight school for you. Congratulations, mate. Looking forward to it, I presume. Oh, the clouds are starting to thin out now. Well, finally we can see some clouds in Europe. The last 2 months have just been clear skies. Yeah, clear skies and forest fires. Right, how far is Petak to... Okay, that's plenty of time. So, from Petak, just for a quick reference, we know we like to do this because it's kind of neat. We want to be green dot, then flap 1, and then here, flaps 2, and 180. Right, let's do the arrival brief then. So we've already gone ahead and set the box up. It's been checked by our PM. Weather in Tirana is fine. Okay, a few clouds as we're coming down, but nothing that's going to restrict our visibility getting in. Good runway conditions, and we have a slight tailwind predicted at the moment, but other than that, nothing else significant. Aircraft is still fully serviceable, not broken anything, no times to be aware of. Threats to be aware of course, are the terrain to the east of the airfield, quite high up. As we're coming in, the initial approach MSA is 3,800, which then increases as we're on the localizer to 9,500 feet. Not familiar with it either, never done it before, so tiny threat there. No familiarity. Some could say that's a good thing because there's no preconceptions and we can't be too familiar with it, so that's not always a bad thing. We're going to be doing the ILS approach to runway 17 off the PTEC 1 Mike arrival, and it's a normal 3-degree ILS, and runway landing distance is 2,746, no displaced threshold. We've got high intensity approach lighting systems, and we've also got PAPIs as well. Fingers crossed they'll all be there. It's pay-by scenery, so it should be. Platform altitude is 3,000 feet, and we've got no minimum speeds on the approach. However, how we're going to configure this, we're going to be green dot by PATEC, then flaps 1 and by 604 flaps 2, 180 knots, getting down to 4,000 feet of Volby. If we need to, we might need to do glide slope from above procedure, which includes flaps 2, which we'll already have, landing gear down, and then setting our VS for around 2,000 feet per minute, wind the altitude up. But we can only do that, remember, once we have got lock star. We cannot do it before, particularly with the terrain that we've just spoken about. So yeah, we're going to use auto brake low as well for the arrival. Then once we've landed, we are going to be vacating. It looks like it's going to be a long taxi back from Charlie, I'm guessing. Don't think we're going to stop at Delta, so right at Charlie, right at Whiskey, and then come back in, and yeah, taxi to the terminal. Job done. If we need to go around, we are climbing 3,000 feet, 7.5 miles from Tango Romeo November, and when we're at 1,300 feet or above, certainly above 1,300 feet, we're going to make a right turn. We'll stay in flaps 1 config, max speed 215, and we're going to fly heading 234, instead follow the radial and join the holding 16 miles out on that 234 radial from Tirana waypoint. Go around track will already be in, so that's fine. Fuel, we should have about 4 tons when we land, so that's plenty for a go around and another go. Right, we've burnt enough fuel off now. We should. There we go. Let's climb. So let's climb up, climb 370. Save a bit of fuel, might even get there a tad quicker because we've still got an hour to go. Captain Ray, good morning to you. Ulf Dog, you know, EasyJet goes to Scathis from Milan. Pretty sure, would I consider doing a real flight ops on that? I think we may have done that in the past. You might have to search the channel, but I think we've done that. Scathis is always fun, isn't it? What was that video doing the rounds on social media recently? Forgot what airline it was. Was it a Wizz airline that nearly took the spectators' heads off? It came like that low. Chris, I'm not doing a VOR procedure, mate. I'm just flying straight in down the ILS. The VOR is for the opposite runway. Definitely not doing that. No need to. Tailwind's only 5 knots. Off talk, was it 3, 2, 1, Wizz Air? Yeah, good fun. Mike Allstar. Alexander, do I fly real flights only? I try to. Alt cruise. HD, PFD, altitude. I did climb. Yeah. Don't worry, that's that was intentional. Wasn't random. We did call 370 blue. We were going up. Oh, you thought I was going down? Not yet. It was still got loads of time yet. Alexander, you're only asking because you like to fly to Samos, but there's no easy flights there, would it? Occasionally, Alexander, if something interesting is an option, then yeah, I do some that aren't real flight. You'll know if I'm not doing a real flight. If I'm not doing a real flight, the call sign is usually Easy 34 Alpha Mike. That's kind of like my default call sign. Top percent's about 120 miles. Long as that never happens in real life, mate. We're going up, we should be going down. While you're still 120 miles from the top of descent. Funny thing about the Latin VFR 321, the outside model is 321 CAO, but they call it a Neo with the LEAP engines. The Neo doesn't have doors to left, right. Yeah, it's not the best add-on, that is it? Not by a long shot, unfortunately. Right, let's see how we're doing with the fuel. Let's have a look. We're approaching Victor India Echo, 1 hour 52 minutes in. So we should have about 4 tons, maybe just over 4 tons, and we've got, oh yeah, look, we've got 5. This is where Fenix are working hard on the rewriting of the engines and the fuel burn, because it's not quite accurate. Oksana, hi mate, long time no see. Do we prefer the optimum flight level in the box or go with the flight plan assigned one? Usually go with the flight plan assigned one, as long as it says that you're safe to do so. Ulfdog, the A321 nearby Lightning VFR, when landing, I couldn't get it to land. I really struggled. Yeah, Darren, some planes do still have that, but they're usually the cargo planes or the military planes, so they can jump out of the back. Ulfdog, that's exactly what that's exactly the same experience as I had. When you idled and flared, even if you didn't flare, my plane just floated along the runway. Sounds like the real thing. No, HD, it's bad. It's not quite as bad as the real thing. I mean, if Light 18 VFR's flight dynamics were correct for the 321, then suddenly they've solved the world's energy problems, because somehow they've created energy from nothing.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So Jacob, you have to. How do you get the PA and safety briefing announcements thing? So Jacob, you need an external mod for that. So I use one called self-loading cargo, which is straightforward. It does a good job, I think. Simple and straightforward. Now, we were talking about GSX as well earlier, weren't we? And not getting it to work at Gatwick. Someone mentioned to me, if I have a quick look at my community folder, we can see everything that's here, that Gatwick here is just called Gatwick. Where are you? There, it's just called Gatwick. When what it should be is it needs to be listed as sort of the developer, the ICAO code, and then the name of the airport, I think. If I have a look at this, like MK Studios, I think does it correctly. So you got the developer, airport, ICAO code, and then the name of it. So in theory, someone will have to try this. I'm going to have to try and do it myself as well. In theory, you could put the name of the developer in. I don't think it really matters. Then airport, and then EGCC, then Gatwick, and I think then GSX might recognise it. But we'd have to wait and see if that works. Look, Pyrgi does the same thing. Pyrgi, airport, code, Edinburgh. Same with Pilot Plus, airport code, Edinburgh. And I always wondered about this. I thought these names that they have for them in the community folder were just rather far too long. Why don't they just have the ICAO code and be done with it? But it seems like there actually is a specific reason for it. It needs to be developer, airport, if it's an airport, code, name. So Christian, you've renamed all of your airport mod folders just to the code. Great idea, but it now means I think that GSX wouldn't read them as such. I don't know. It's just something somebody said, which I found quite interesting. Ship down there. I like ship spotting. That's quite a nice view, isn't it? Oh, Christian, you don't have GSX. Robin, I purchased it on the Microsoft Store. HD, the ships are a mod, yes. Gives you something else to look out of the window for, doesn't it? There's a free mod as well, so the one I'm using is payware, again courtesy of Orbex, but there is a free one available on flightsim.to that you can download and use. Lemon Wolf, I don't think there are default ships in the sim in the middle of the ocean. I think there are near some sort of some harbours and things and ports, but not in the middle of the ocean. You like watching ships in the Atlantic when we blast down the Canaries at 500 miles per hour. See you later, suckers. Yes, I think not so much the tortoise and the hare, that one, is it? The hare's always going to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an EasyJet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Could be a bumpy ride down looking at all these clouds we've got to go through. And Lemon Wolf, I do not like cold tea. Nor do I like green eggs and ham. God, that looks depressing, doesn't it? I find it amazing that this blanket level of white high cirrus cloud eats up FPS more so than any of the, what I would say is more detailed cumulus clouds. Darren, tea without sugar, you're diabetic. Right, so Darren, sweetness. Use the sweetness. I can't stand tea without a sweetener. Or two. Or if it's a big cup, 3. People keep telling me they're carcinogenic, but I'm like, oh, okay. Drax, how do I get these clouds? It's default, Drax. I've not done anything to them. All default. Darren, you do your sweetness, good man. Wolfdog, here's a vote. Green, red, blue milk with tea. See, now, for me, it really doesn't matter. But I cannot have cereal with green milk. It's got to be full fat blue. I mean, green milk is just white water. It's awful. Lemon Wolf, I do have Rex weather. Never understood the point of it. The point of it was because in the early days of the sim, live weather was broken for a long time. Live weather was broken, and if the live weather wasn't broken, then the temperatures were broken. So the outside air temperature was something like 500 degrees C. No aircraft could fly. So yeah, there was a market for it. Barry, what on God's good earth is green, red or blue milk? We're referring to the colour of the bottle tops. So green milk is semi-skimmed, blue milk is full fat. There's a red and a yellow, isn't it? I've got no idea what those are. HD, you're a fatty, so definitely full fat blue for you. It's red skimmed, so there's no fat at all. God, I bet that tastes like dishwater. So what's yellow then? Like vegan milk or something? Got those clouds down there, that looks like a nice build up. Right, let's just grab the latest meta, we'll chuck that in before we start heading down. Oh, it's yellow, is that like cream? I might have to try that. Does it go well with jam and toast tea? Right, here we go. 320 at 4. Box telling me there's a speed error. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to be slowing down. We'll do it in selected speed so it doesn't have to worry. QNH is 1009. What's our temperature? 27 degrees. Wolf Dog, the best cereal to have milk with milk. Sorry, the best cereal to have with milk is Crave. I love the discussions we have on this this channel. HD, I've not done a landing one. No, let's have a quick look. Should be all right. But what was that tailwind? It was only 4, wasn't it? So we're on runway 35, grab the meta, what's our landing weight going to be? It is 62.3, let's call it 62.5. Low. No, fine. Wrong runway. No, we're still fine. Tailwind component of 3 knots. Can we edit that? Can we edit the tailwind component? I'm not sure we can. No. Or if you can, let me know how. Edras, hello. Mark, you can't stand Weetabix, even if you douse it in sugar like I usually do. No sweetness for me. Can you click on the wind box and change that? Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. So, what is the opposite runway? Because I'm being very lazy and not doing maths. It's 35. Yeah, 35. Oops, 350 at 05. Increased it ever so slightly, but not much. Right, let's get ourselves down. Thrust idle, descent, 120 blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent shortly to go out of use. Thank you.
Well, see how bumpy this is as we go down. Crumpet, you've just tested the exclude third-party function in GSS after renaming the airports to, and it worked like a charm. Now, Crumpet, load into the sim and see if you can get Gatwick to work. If you have Gatwick, of course. Oh, I wish that weather radar was working. I really do. This is the most cloud I've seen in weeks in the sim. So guys, if you are just joining us, you join us at the top of our descent. We're just on our way down now into Tirana. Should be on the ground in around half an hour looking at this. Interesting approach, need to slow down early. So, could be good. Edgar, does Pro ATC speech recognition support worldwide airports? I believe so. F1 on Twitch, good afternoon. Am I going to get Explain 12? I'm currently thinking about it. That's probably... leave it at that. Not to replace Microsoft Flight Sim, I don't think anything can. But... it'll be something different, won't it? And it comes... should come with a decent A330. Guess we'll wait and see. And down at this, the clouds look like soap suds in a washing machine. I don't know, I don't watch my washing machine for long enough. Brian Dyer, good afternoon. Good timing, mate. We're on our way down. If you've enjoyed the flight this afternoon, guys, please do remember to hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, then obviously, please don't forget to hit subscribe as well. Is there anybody in the chat who is here for the very, very first time? Always wondered that. Always interested to see who may have stumbled across the channel for the first time and wondered what on earth are we doing? Yeah, it's not going to be beautifully visual, is it, as we go down? It's going to get dark soon. I might have to turn some lights on. Have we got a price for Explain 12 yet? Anybody know? Brian, you had your first flight in a 737 MAX yesterday on Air Canada. Happy to be here today. Yeah, alright. And you've also experienced the A320, a nice little aircraft, yes. That's also another aircraft that's meant to be coming to Microsoft Flight Sim, isn't it? Amadeus back from physio and we're still airborne. Yes, but only just. We're heading down now, so you've come back for the best part. Right, well, I've just been informed by the cabin crew T's going to be on the table in approximately at 16:45 Zulu time. Darren, I'm really glad to hear that you've enjoyed the flight today. Fly my mind, do I think X-Plane 12 is going to be cheaper than X-Plane 11 to compete with Microsoft VATSIM? I have no idea. I didn't know if they'd announced any pricing structure yet. Probably not, have they, to be fair. This soundtrack makes it sound like there's an idiot on screen doing something he shouldn't really be doing. It's probably not that far off accurate then. Right, I'm going to start getting dark now. I do like it when we break out of the cloud cover. Peter DR, 2 days ago was your first time here on the channel. Oh, Peter, welcome. Christian, this is the kind of music that plays every time in your head after you wake up. You cheeky monkey. I think I've got the comedy jukebox selected today. Darren, we're not getting landing lights on just yet. About 10,000 feet, we'll throw those on. Danny, you're back from dinner. It always takes longer than you expect. Were you cooking it as well? Brian, you've been a member for 17 months. Been here for a bit more than a day. Indeed, Brian, thanks so much for your support over that time. Clouds are starting to thin out a little bit now. I'm starting to see the ground. I say ground, of course, I mean the water. By cooking, Danny, I also mean that a microwave is acceptable. Right, so just remembering the brief that we did, we're going to be green dot at Petak, flaps 1 and then flaps 2 after Petak. Doc Dastardly, I like that, Barry. We knew you meant Dick Dastardly. Oh, wacky racers. Amadeus, you wanted to play Flight Sim, but after that last tune, you want to play The Sims 3. Yeah, that's the kind of thing, isn't it? Ah, Peter, you're most welcome. Right, so I am just going to go into selected speed for this. We'll just keep that descent going, get ourselves down because I want to activate the approach phase nice and early for this one. So it's done. Seriously, I can't remember the last time we flew through this many clouds on an approach. It's awesome. Right, let's go and get the cabin sorted. The approach checklist. So our arrival brief is all confirmed and completed. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums of 3, 5, 5 set. Engine mode selector is normal. And our EFBs are stowed. Okay, let's pop that into manage speed. Start slowing ourselves down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are traveling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt harness provided. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Right, let's get ourselves down now to 7,000, set on the FCU. And the local pressure is 1009. 12,000 magenta. That's because of the constraint at PTAC. Speed starting to bleed off. A little bit of rain there on the windshield, I saw that. Gonna have to kill some fairies, aren't we? I've gone thrust idle open descent because I need us to bleed off speed. India Tango Romeo identified. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Select the speed 195, that's okay for now. Continue our way down. And flaps 2. Let's just reduce the speed again. Set 180, oops, 180, flaps 2, speed's checked, flaps 2, that's it, we've got a nice amount of drag out now. FCU set 4,000. Still 7,000 magenta due to the constraint. It's raining. put some speed brakes out. Lock blue. Come on, down please. Thrust idle up descent 4000 is still blue. Was this in the weather forecast? Looking at the level off arrow, actually, looks like we might be alright. That's looking okay. Do you know what? Let's continue the descent down. Glide slope still beneath us. Okay, leave it in open descent. Thrust idle open descent. Starting to beat us now though, actually, look at that. Ferry's still out. Speed, Alt Start. Expect lock start any second. $13 miles out. Okay, 3,000 feet is platform altitude. Down we go. Open descent. Out glide slope blue. Lock blue. Lock star. Glide slope star. 3,000 feet must approach altitude.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing. If you can prepare the cabin, thank you.
Now, all we need to be able to do is see the bloody runway. There's the terrain that I was hoping we were going to have a nice view of. You can see how close we are to it though. But we're down on the localising the islet, so we know we're safe.
2,500.
Radar altimeter's live. Tirana traffic easy 8941, established runway 177 miles.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt.
I haven't got time for a go around.
Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Flaps 3, speed checked, flaps 3. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust. Speed. Go around altitude 3000 set. Eco memo landing no blue. Right. I can see terrain. Now I want to see some of those high intensity runway lights. Minimums are 355. Oh, well that was brutal. But we're out of it. There it is.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, stable. Tailwind, 5 knots. Autopilot R5 control. Has that runway got blue lights around it? Get down.
$500.
Stable.
$100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Get down. Spoilers deployed. Reverse green. Decel. Empty knots, reverses off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging,
Tirana
or
traffic
internet
easy,
access
814
may
runway
now
17
be
vacated.
used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or EasyJet app.
Lovely. Welcome to Tirana. Yeah, I don't know what the landing rate down was just there, but take them always with a pinch of salt. Self-loaded cargo said it was 131, so take your pick. Right, we'll get parked up. Has anyone got the latest meta? Are there tempo rain showers in Tirana? So I wanted to show you the beautiful approach into this place, but the weather had other ideas. Never mind. Was the windsock pointing the wrong way? Yeah, I wasn't focused on which way the windsock was pointing, to be honest with you. Still, gorgeous looking weather, definitely. Sorry guys, had to mute that for a moment. So I think I've told you before, my my other half is well, she helps bring new babies into this world, and she's just had a call. She's got to go, which means if she's got to go, I've got to go. I've got quickly enough time to just get this parked up, and then we need to run. Oh, typical. It's all go. That does mean she's going to be out for the night. Get the kids down and then she would do the return flight. No, I can't. It's as greater idea as that would have been. Oh, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed the stream this afternoon. It's been a lengthy one, hasn't it? But good fun. And Terry, it's going to be a girl, do you reckon? Guess I'll find out in about 12 hours. These things don't happen quickly, usually, do they? Aviation Pro, yeah, no mention of range just there, was there? Now, I'm just going to double check. I don't think JSX is going to work for me. No. What a great looking airport, though. This is the first time we've been here. Billy, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, Amadeus, it's not mine, mate. I'm done. I've got far too many already. Oh, no, don't want that one. Barry, she's most certainly not a surrogate mother. Oh, guys, I wish I got time to show you a bit more around the terminal building. Look at that. That looks wonderful. I am going to have to shoot. I'm going to play you out with an epic replay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this afternoon. It's been, what, 3.5 hour stream. Hopefully got you through this Thursday afternoon. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon, chatting with you on Discord, etc., stuff like that. It's been fantastic, as always, to have your company whilst we did this flight. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, whenever that may be. Huge thanks to everyone who has supported the channel throughout the stream today, and of course, our EasyJet Sim channel members, as always, for your continued support, and of course HD as well. And as I said, I'm going to leave you with a replay to play us out. Have a great day, everyone. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button on the way out, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are indeed new to the channel. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.
Stall.